Traditional migration approaches, why they fail. Traditional data migration methodologies often fail because they underestimate complexity, rely on outdated ETL tools, lack proper data quality assessment, and suffer from insufficient stakeholder involvement. Here, we'll analyze the main components of this failure that make up the migration's route to failure. Inadequate data discovery. Organizations often embark on migration projects without fully understanding their data landscape. This includes failing to identify all critical data sources, lacking insight into existing data quality issues, having poor documentation of source systems, and unclear ownership of data. This missing foundation leads to scope creep and unexpected challenges as the project progresses. Manual migration processes. Manual approaches introduce significant risk throughout the entire migration lifecycle, not just during cutover. The lack of a repeatable, consistent codebase means each execution is effectively unique, requiring extensive resources for development, testing, and execution. Human error becomes a persistent threat at every stage, from initial extraction to final reconciliation. This non-standardized approach creates unpredictability that hampers planning, extends timelines, escalates costs, and ultimately places the entire project at risk. Stakeholder disconnect. Projects suffer when business users aren't properly engaged in the migration process. Their limited involvement in validation, poor contribution to requirements gathering, lack of ownership over data quality, and insufficient resource allocation creates a dangerous gap between technical implementation and business needs, often leading to system rejection. Weak validation processes. Data integrity suffers when validation is inadequate. Insufficient testing protocols, poor reconciliation between source and target systems, limited automated validation checks, and unclear acceptance criteria mean that errors go undetected until they impact business operations, resulting in extended hypercare periods. Limited progress visibility. Without clear visibility into the migration process, teams struggle to track progress, identify bottlenecks in data quality or configuration, measure success, or effectively communicate status to stakeholders. This opacity makes it nearly impossible to prioritize resources appropriately, often leading to last-minute delays or problematic go-lives. The Konexxia difference. Our solution. Our approach consists of a tried and tested, end-to-end process, specially designed to provide solutions to common data migration problems in Dynamics 365. Let me present a summary of the critical failure points commonly encountered in data migration projects. Inadequate data discovery, business disconnection, insufficient validation protocols, over-reliance on manual processes, and limited visibility of status and issues throughout the migration lifecycle. Konexxia addresses each of these challenges through the implementation of a comprehensive, structured methodology complemented by their proprietary toolset, a solution refined through 2 decades of specialized data migration experience. How deep dive data discovery neutralizes inadequate discovery issues. 1. Comprehensive source system analysis. Thorough examination of all legacy systems, focusing on complex data structures and relationships that standard approaches would miss. 2. Systematic documentation of data landscape. Complete mapping of all legal entities and their data sources, establishing extraction methods for each to prevent critical omissions. 3. Data profiling and quality assessment. Early quantitative analysis of master data counts and quality metrics, identifying problematic data before transformation begins. Early identification of data entities. Proactive identification of required data entities and their relationships, preventing disruptive late-stage discoveries. 5. Documentable, repeatable process. Formalized discovery with clear deliverables transforms ad hoc activities into a structured methodology, providing the solid foundation essential for successful migration. This methodical approach ensures complete understanding of the data landscape before migration begins, preventing costly surprises. Here's how our automated data extraction and profiling solution assists with resolving issues associated with manually run processes. 1. Proprietary extraction technology. Our purpose-built tools connect to various legacy systems, automating extraction regardless of system age or complexity, eliminating manual errors while ensuring methodological consistency. 2. Multi-threaded processing. Parallel extraction capabilities reduce processing time by up to 70% compared to sequential methods, enabling comprehensive data capture even with tight deadlines. 3. Automated data profiling. Sophisticated algorithms analyze extracted data, automatically identifying completeness, uniqueness, and consistency issues, providing early risk identification impossible with manual inspection. 4. Pattern recognition. Intelligent scanning detects anomalies, outliers, and quality issues without manual intervention, identifying subtle problems before they become costly in later migration stages. 5. Dynamics 3.6.5. Configuration extraction. We extract configuration data directly from target environments for pre-validation against actual parameters rather than theoretical requirements, ensuring conformity to specific constraints. 6. Self-sufficient approach. Operating with technical independence, we remove the burden from business teams, managing the entire process while creating efficient, repeatable processes and reusable assets for future initiatives. Konexxia's collaborative data mapping approach and how it helps with stakeholder and business engagement. 1. Structured mapping workshops. Konexxia conducts detailed mapping workshops that bring together key stakeholders from business units, legacy system experts, and implementation teams. We facilitate meaningful collaboration that bridges technical and business perspectives, ensuring all requirements are captured accurately. 2. Field-level mapping documentation. We create comprehensive field-level mapping documents that specify transformation rules with exceptional clarity. Konexxia documents direct mappings, translations, transformations, and default values in business-friendly formats that stakeholders can easily review and understand. 3. Scope definition and prioritization. Konexxia works with business teams to define clear data migration scope rules, helping to separate relevant data from obsolete information. We collaboratively establish prioritization frameworks that focus initial efforts on critical data, ensuring business continuity during transition. 4. Business rule capture. We systematically document business rules that govern data transformation, creating a shared understanding that transcends individual knowledge. Konexxia turns implicit organizational knowledge into explicit documentation that serves both current and future data needs. 5. Cross-functional validation. Konexxia implements validation checkpoints where business SMEs review and approve transformation specifications. We create an environment where technical teams and business users collaborate effectively, closing the dangerous gap that often exists between implementation teams and operational staff. 6. Regional requirements recognition. We incorporate regional variations and local regulatory requirements into mapping specifications, ensuring that data migration respects geographic differences. Konexxia acknowledges that one-size-fits-all approaches fail in global implementations and builds region-specific considerations into the mapping process. Our collaborative mapping methodology transforms what is typically a technical exercise into a business-driven process that builds stakeholder buy-in while capturing critical requirements. By engaging business teams early and meaningfully, we create shared ownership of the data migration outcome and dramatically reduce post-implementation issues. Here's how Konexxia's build of deterministic transformations improves upon manual approaches to transformation. 1. SQL-based transformation engine. Konexxia develops robust SQL-based transformation routines that process data with complete consistency and reliability. We leverage SQL's power to handle complex transformations while maintaining exceptional performance even with massive data volumes. 2. Deterministic processing. We implement strictly deterministic transformation logic that produces identical results across multiple executions when inputs remain unchanged. Konexxia's approach eliminates variability found in traditional processes, ensuring predictable outcomes every time. 3. Market-specific transformation modules. Konexxia creates independent transformation modules tailored to each market's specific requirements and regulatory needs. We enable concurrent execution across multiple markets or regions, dramatically accelerating multi-country implementations while respecting regional variations. 4. Modular transformation architecture. Konexxia builds transformation routines using a modular architecture that separates core logic from configuration parameters. We create reusable transformation components that can be efficiently adapted as requirements evolve, reducing development time and minimizing errors. 5. Automated translation tables. We implement automated value mapping tables that maintain consistent translations between legacy and target system values. Konexxia's approach ensures that codes, categorizations, and reference data are transformed with perfect consistency across all records. 6. Field-level transformation. Traceability. Konexxia provides complete traceability from source to target for every transformed field. We maintain detailed metadata about transformation logic, enabling rapid diagnosis of issues and creating an auditable record of all data modifications. 7. Iterative refinement framework. We establish frameworks for iterative transformation refinement based on testing feedback. Konexxia implements controlled change processes that allow transformation logic to evolve without risk to previously validated components. Our deterministic build approach creates a foundation of consistency and reliability that traditional migration methods cannot match. By implementing rigorously engineered transformation routines, Konexxia delivers data that business users can trust from day one in the new system. Here's how Konexxia's automated pre-validation approach resolves issues associated with weak validation. 1. Preload configuration validation. Konexxia validates transformed data against actual Dynamics 365 configuration before any load attempts. We extract current configuration settings directly from the target environment, ensuring that data conforms to specific entity constraints, reference data values, and business rules implemented in the system. 2. Automated reconciliation. We implement automated reconciliation processes that compare source and transformed data totals across critical financial dimensions. Konexxia provides detailed reconciliation reports that give business users confidence in the accuracy of transformed data, verifying that no financial data is lost during transformation. 3. Multi-tier validation framework. Konexxia employs a tiered validation approach that tests data integrity, referential consistency, and business rule compliance. We systematically validate transformed data at multiple levels, from basic field validation to complex cross-entity relationship verification. 4. Guided business user validation. We establish structured validation processes with clear guidance for business users to verify transformed data. Konexxia equips business teams with the tools and knowledge to effectively validate data quality in the context of their operational requirements. 5. Systematic defect management. Konexxia implements rigorous defect tracking for validation issues, ensuring every problem is documented and resolved. We categorize defects by type, impact, and root cause, allowing targeted remediation that improves both current data quality and future transformation processes. 6. Golden dataset verification. We create a representative golden dataset with the business that covers critical scenarios and edge cases. Konexxia prioritizes this dataset during validation cycles, ensuring that core business operations are thoroughly tested before proceeding to full data volumes. 7. Iterative validation cycles. Konexxia conducts progressive validation cycles with increasing data scope and complexity. We begin with focused testing of core data objects before expanding to full scope, allowing early identification of transformation issues when they're easiest to resolve. Our comprehensive validation approach significantly reduces post-implementation data issues by identifying and resolving problems before they impact business operations. By combining technical and business-focused validation, Konexxia delivers data that meets both system requirements and operational needs. Konexxia's advanced validation reporting and analytics. 1. Comprehensive data quality dashboard. Konexxia generates intuitive data quality dashboards that provide at-a-glance visibility of validation results. We present clear metrics and visualizations that help stakeholders immediately understand overall data readiness, with color-coded indicators highlighting areas of concern. 2. Error categorization and trending. We classify validation errors into meaningful categories such as missing values, format issues, referential integrity failures, and business rule violations. Konexxia tracks these categories across validation cycles, enabling teams to identify persistent problem areas and prioritize remediation efforts strategically. 3. Drill-down error analysis. Konexxia provides powerful drill-down capabilities that allow users to navigate from high-level error summaries to specific record-level details. We enable stakeholders to investigate individual validation failures with complete context, significantly accelerating root cause analysis and resolution. 4. Systematic defect generation. We transform validation errors into actionable defects with automatic categorization and assignment. Konexxia integrates with tracking systems like Azure DevOps to create well-structured defects that include error details, affected records, and suggestions for resolution. 5. Cross-entity impact analysis. Konexxia analyzes relationships between data entities to identify cascading validation impacts. We highlight how errors in one entity affect related entities, providing a holistic view of data quality interdependencies that helps prioritize fixes based on their downstream impact. 6. Progress tracking and comparison. We track validation metrics across cycles, providing clear visibility of progress and regression. Konexxia's comparative reporting shows how data quality is improving over time, creating accountability and demonstrating tangible progress to project stakeholders. 7. Business-friendly presentation. Konexxia presents technical validation results in business-friendly language and formats. We translate complex data issues into terms that business users understand, bridging the gap between technical accuracy and business relevance. Our advanced validation reporting transforms raw error data into actionable intelligence, dramatically improving stakeholder visibility and accelerating issue resolution. By providing this level of insight, Konexxia enables data-driven decisions throughout the migration process, ensuring resources are focused where they deliver maximum impact. Our iterative approach and how it yields benefits. 1. Synchronized month-end cycles. Konexxia aligns data validation cycles with natural business month-ends, leveraging these financial breakpoints for comparative validation. We extract, transform, and validate data at these key intervals, allowing direct reconciliation against official financial reports and creating natural cutover candidates. 2. Progressive scope expansion. We implement a structured approach of incremental scope expansion across cycles. Konexxia begins with core master data and gradually incorporates more complex transactional data, allowing teams to build confidence through early successes before tackling more challenging elements. 3. Continuous quality improvement. Konexxia applies learnings from each cycle to enhance transformation rules and validation processes. We systematically refine our approach based on validation results, ensuring each iteration delivers measurable quality improvements and reduces error volumes. 4. Cutover rehearsal. We treat later cycles as full cutover rehearsals, measuring extraction and transformation durations with precision. Konexxia establishes realistic timelines for production migration based on actual performance data, eliminating guesswork from cutover planning. 5. Environmental control. Konexxia implements strict change control around validation environments during cycles. We ensure configuration stability during testing periods, providing a controlled environment where data issues can be distinguished from system changes. 6. Business confidence building. We engage business users in successive validation cycles with increasing responsibility. Konexxia builds their confidence and expertise progressively, creating a team of knowledgeable validators who understand both the data and the validation process. Our iterative refinement approach transforms data migration from a one-time event into a well-practiced process. By treating each cycle as a learning opportunity and rehearsal, Konexxia significantly reduces risk while building both system and team readiness for successful cutover. Konexxia's automated data loading for Dynamics 365. 1. Multi-threaded performance. Our proprietary Generics platform processes data in parallel streams, dramatically reducing load times from weeks to days, or even hours. Complex datasets that would overwhelm traditional approaches are handled efficiently and reliably. 2. Intelligent entity sequencing. We automatically sequence entities to maintain referential integrity throughout the loading process. This eliminates the common cascade of errors that plague manual approaches, ensuring every record references properly loaded master data. 3. Comprehensive audit trails. Every load operation is meticulously tracked, creating detailed audit trails that capture exactly what was loaded, when, and by whom. This documentation provides complete transparency and meets the most stringent compliance requirements. 4. Advanced error management. Our system provides detailed error reports that pinpoint specific issues, categorize them by type, and suggest resolution paths. This transforms what could be days of troubleshooting into targeted fixes that get your implementation back on track quickly. 5. Minimal resource requirements. Your team is freed from tedious data loading tasks, allowing them to focus on value-added activities. Technical resources that would otherwise be tied up in manual data entry can be deployed to more strategic implementation tasks. 6. Accelerated implementation timeline. Implementation schedules shrink dramatically as data loading ceases to be a critical path bottleneck. This accelerates your return on investment and allows faster realization of business benefits from your Dynamics 365 solution. 7. Reduced business disruption. Cutover periods that once required weeks can now be completed in a single weekend. This minimizes operational impact and eliminates the extended dual system operation that traditionally creates business confusion and data synchronization challenges. 8. Superior data quality. Our preload validation ensures data meets Dynamics 365 requirements before attempting insertion. This dramatically reduces failed loads and eliminates the costly rework cycles common in traditional migrations, delivering data you can trust from day one. Konexxia's target system reconciliation and post-cutover support. 1. Financial validation. We perform automated balance and transaction count verifications across all financial dimensions, comparing source system totals against Dynamics 365 with precision to ensure complete financial integrity. 2. Analytical dimension, reconciliation. Our reconciliation drills down to analytical dimensions, validating that hierarchies, classifications, and structures have transferred correctly, with detailed reports highlighting any discrepancies. 3. Transaction sampling. For transaction-intensive businesses, we conduct targeted sampling across the full data spectrum, ensuring that both typical and edge case scenarios maintain complete fidelity in the new environment. 4. Hypercare support. Konexxia's dedicated hypercare team remains embedded with your business users, addressing data questions as they arise and providing authoritative guidance on data interpretation during those crucial first weeks. 5. Comprehensive audit documentation. We maintain complete audit documentation that satisfies stringent regulatory requirements, including data lineage, transformation records, reconciliation results, and issue resolution documentation. 6. Issue resolution. Our specialists quickly diagnose and address any data discrepancies found during reconciliation, implementing targeted fixes without disrupting the overall system integrity. 7. Knowledge transfer. We conduct structured knowledge transfer sessions with your team, ensuring they understand both the migrated data and the underlying structures in Dynamics 365. At Konexxia, we transform the traditionally risky process of data migration into a predictable, reliable journey. Our comprehensive methodology addresses common failure points, while our proprietary toolset delivers unmatched efficiency and accuracy. With 2 decades of specialized experience, we ensure your Dynamics 365 implementation stands on a foundation of high-quality, validated data that your business can trust from day one. Choose Konexxia to reduce risk, accelerate timelines, minimize business disruption, and achieve superior results. Partner with us to turn data migration from your implementation's greatest challenge into its greatest success. Thank you for listening.